Hello everybody, this is Toys-R-Us and this is part 2 of our Transformers Build Your Optimus Prime from fanhome. So thanks to all the great response and positive feedback of the first issue. Again, I'm going to be continuing doing it, I suppose, exactly like this. Building it up right in front of you so you guys can use it as a reference point when you come to get yours as well. And of course, if you're not going to buy one for yourself, you can stay with me along the journey. So this is number 2, and as I say, this is what we are going to be building. We've already done the head. We know this guy's going to be massive. Now, as I said in the previous video as well, I just want to reiterate to everybody, although as I say, I know it's a bit daft, we are building a movie Optimus Prime. In these books, they're so good because there's everything in here. And as you can see, there we go. We're starting off with pretty much Generation 1 there with the baddies, as it says right there. So there's loads to read in this. So when this does become available in every single country, it is definitely worth having a nose at. So this is the build phase for Magazine 2 though. It is going to be the chest plate with just one of the sides there. So we've got a windscreen wiper, we've got all the bits of the detail going on the top. And again, this is just going to be such a big figure because that's going to give you an idea, I suppose. Well, that's what we're going to be building. That's how big it is. There is the pack right there, which you can see. And as I say, this is all still attached. Oh, no, it's not. It's just slightly coming away. This is because, guys, obviously, when you get yours new, it'll be fine. It's because I've had mine now for nearly 2 years, embarrassingly enough, and I've not managed to get around to building any of it just yet. So let's separate all of this from here. Yeah, this is going to be absolutely ginormous. And that's die cast, that's plastic, that's die cast. Wow. And then we've got all the little bits of details here and all the little screws here. Again, just a reminder, if it ends in P, it's going into plastic. Oh, and we've got some metal screws there, AM screws, and we've got the little bits of detail on the visor. Now I've got this small screwdriver which came with the pack 1, which to be honest is the best. That's the one that worked even better than my little screwdriver. So this is page 1. What's it telling us that we need to do? So it's telling us that we need to take that one, and again you can tell because you've got the silver on the underside. We're going to take 2G, which looks to be this here, which I've just took out the packet, and it looks, obviously, again, this is going to fit sort of like a jigsaw piece. So we're looking to have that little bit. That's obviously where it's going to fold, or sorry, be able to flip on a hinge. I mean, I'm guessing, I don't know yet, I've not got that far ahead, and this is going to fit over there like so, which it does. What's it telling us we need? It's telling us we need 2 AM screws. So yeah, AM says on the bag. Everything is so well lined up, labeled up as well. It's really good. Now again, there's been lots of comments which I completely agree with, that this obviously isn't a super cheap build. But again, it's one of them, I suppose it's one of them things, you know. I've mentioned this a couple of times. There's an English saying, you know, you get what you pay for, buy cheap, buy twice. This is going to be 2 foot tall. There is already, and we're only on build 2, there's already, oh, that's really tight, so many metal and die cast pieces on this. It's insane. I mean, the full weight of this is going to be huge. I've got a subscriber called Ben Williams. Hi Ben, if you're watching this, who's been building it since the absolute beginning, and he's saying that already, you know, it's becoming quite a weight just to move it around. We already know that it's got a huge, beautiful display base. It's also got LED features. We've seen that in the head. And I can just imagine this is going to be absolutely phenomenal. As well as the fact, as I say, I showed you in the first video, I've got a t-shirt. There's other stuff I've got to show you, like posters and other free stuff that's all come with it. So yes, you are paying quite a bit of money with the subscription, but what you're going to end up with is a lot of stuff. And indeed, again, a lot of collectibles, which again I will be showing you all as the video's gone, because some stages are quite a bit smaller than the others, so that'll give me the opportunity on that particular video to show you the other stuff that comes with the pack. Right, that looks like that's that page done, and it does indeed. So now it's saying that, there we go, align the piece as shown, and it looks like, in fact I'm going to come to that in a second, it does look like we're going to be hinging that, to be fair, right over there. In fact, I'll have a go at that in 2 seconds. I just want to carry on with what we can see here, because I'm going to put them all together and on in one go. So we're going to do this part here, which is the windscreen, and again, this is die cast. I can feel the weight there. This is what's left. In fact, I might as well just try and carefully take all these out now. There's the windshield. There's, I don't know what to call that bit. It's the top, obviously, of the windscreen, which we've all seen lots of. We've got a windscreen wiper, and we've got these little bits which are going to go on the top as well. So let's have a look. The windscreen is this way around. Again, it looks like it's all going to fit together pretty much like a jigsaw piece. and all line up as we want it to. And as soon as I say that, I jinxed myself and it didn't fit as well as I wanted it to, but there we go, that's fit over the top. I probably should have wore gloves, then I wouldn't have such put the fingerprints over it already. Right, AM screws again, because as I already mentioned in the first part, that is metal. It is going into metal. It looks like we're going to have a spare screw as well. They do tend to do that, which I say they tend to do that. I'm only on my second issue, but I pretty much had a spare screw in every single. I'm just going to nip that in and then do the other one. I pretty much had a spare screw in each bag from, of course, the first one, which again is a bonus because they are tiny, and you know, you can easily lose them, and I'm sure I will probably end up losing some in the future. Now, I'm not going to take this in too tight because again, it is just a little plastic bit on top of there. As long as it's holding in place, which that is, and I've already predicted there's some big, horrible thumbprints already. They're there. Right, these are these indents or these grooves on the top of there. Here's 3 of these. Now here again, exactly, there's going to be 1 of these spare. We've got 4 there, and there's only 3. Now this, perhaps, if this is going to take me absolutely ages, what I'll do is I'll do 1, and then I'll just do the other quickly the others quickly off camera. However, it's not looking, I'm fingers crossed. Is that it? Oh, there you go. It wasn't that difficult at all. I thought that I might be messing around, trying to really, you know, just struggle to get it in, etc. But I'm going to jinx myself. But no, as you can see, these are going in incredibly easy, which again, I want to reassure people, you know, who maybe not be too dexterous, that this is really no chore whatsoever. In fact, that was super easy, way easier than I even contemplated it being. Right, let's have a go at popping these in to the top. Oh, that just slotted in beautifully, no issues whatsoever. I was thinking that perhaps I'd have to apply a little bit of force. They all look to be exactly the same, which also is great. Pop that in, and already this is starting to take shape and look fantastic. Right, what do we got now? Okay, so as I say, that's the bit that we're doing right now. We're now going to move on to this, which is, right, where's that? So that's going to go onto here itself. Let's turn it underneath like so. Wow, that is going to be not difficult, but yeah, that's going to be really interesting to get. So let me line these up. Let me make sure I've got the exact orientation. So it's saying to have this with that curve out there and that extra lip here, and it's saying to come on the inside of it like so. So that's what we're looking at doing. I'm just going to rest this down here that way. Get the 2 tiny little screws, and these really are small now. They're like, wow, beyond tiny, to be fair. I can see now why some people, you know, that's crazy small, use things like, you know, magnifying glasses for builds and stuff. This might be something. No, thank heavens that is, what's the word I'm after, magnetized. I'm going to pop that through there. As I say, I might, and I don't like to do this because I do like to do everything in one take, and I do want you to sort of see as I build it, but I might just have to quickly pause the camera, line these up, nip them in, and then just finish it off with yourself. In fact, I think that's what I'm going to go and do now, because you don't need to see. I'm just jinxed myself. Let's see if I can do it. I was going to say what you don't need to do is see me trying to pop this little teeny screw into there. Yep, you don't need to see me spending ages trying to do that. Let me get it set up. Right then, we're back, and funnily enough, it's a case of I should be a little bit more like Emmett from the Lego movie, because it does actually say here that it makes it easier if you attach the screws into the big part first and then assemble the others after. And to be honest, that's what I've gone and done. So, you know, as I say, sometimes it does help if you just read the instructions. So what I've done is I've attached them there like it said, and now hopefully, as I say, this should now, if I just hold this into place over the top of where it's going to go, this should now, he's saying, hoping obviously, this should nip in no problem whatsoever. But again, the reason why I've kept that in, guys, is because it's, you know, we're all learning. I always say things that, oh, I've gone too far now. We're always learning on this channel. I am, and that's in respect to everything. Even though I've got quite a few toys, quite a few figures, etc., I never ever presume to know or even state the fact that I know everything. I absolutely don't, and especially things like this. This is definitely all new to me. So, and as you can see, it's very challenging, I suppose is the word that I'm going to use, because it's just, It is so small. Is that going into it? I believe it has. I believe we've just nipped that onto there. Oh, you can't even see. Sorry. I'm concentrating so hard looking around the camera that I just realised that I hadn't got you guys. There you go. You can see that it's totally nipped in now. So there we go. It's going in ever so slightly. There it is. Let's just straighten all of this up. Just tighten it. And my issue now, my worry rather, is because of how small these screws are. I don't want to round the heads off, because I believe that they're going to have to go flush-ish because of how it's going to fit on top of. Oh, you see, maybe I am making a mess of it. I don't know. It's gone through, but maybe not all the way. But let's have a look. And I'm going to press this carefully into there. Oh, I need a little bit of force from there. That's gone. That's good. And now this side. Just a little bit of overall pressure by the looks of it. And I don't know if you noticed there, but I did. I knocked out one of my blue little lights. I don't know how I did that, but luckily enough I can reach through there and I can reattach it. So let me just reattach that, and then we're going to connect this with the other part to the main bit. There we go. I've just reattached that underneath, and what I also did was I got the screwdriver and just pressed down there to ensure that it went far enough in. So before we attach it all together, let's get the windscreen wiper. Let's of course turn the orientation around that it is going to be touching that windscreen. I just pushed that with my nail and I felt a little clip. Yep, I did feel a little clip. That looks like it's gone in enough. So we've got our parts. As I predicted, we do have spare screws. Let me just pop these away. Got to keep tidy workstation, etc. Right, this looks like, as I said, via there, that is going to be one of the hinges. And I'm pretty sure if we look at the picture has got, there you go, it's got them bits going back into the side. So let's have a look at this. Is this going to fit in like so? I'm thinking it's going to go like that. So I want to make doubly sure before I do it that it is going to go like that. So let's have a look. Yes, that bit's going to go back at the, so if it's going to go back at the side there, it will also go back at the side of here. So let's carefully, that's in. Wow, that's crazy. And then this as well is looking to fit into these two slots there. I'm going to carefully just push that in. And as I say, that looks to me to be everything. Wow, this is going to be absolutely massive. Now I think at the moment we're not fully putting it in because there's going to be other things behind it, because like it's saying, that is the result. So this shouldn't be in all the way, which is why I just tapped it in ever so slightly. But that is part 2. There we go, guys. Part 3 coming up very soon.